The day after Brazil's largest protests in more than 20 years, the president responded to the growing movement.
I saw an interesting sign yesterday that read, "Sorry for the inconvenience. We are changing the country." I want to say that my government is listening to those voices for change. My government is committed to social transformation.
The protests kicked off earlier this month in response to a bus fare increase in Sao Paulo and other cities, some of which are moving to lower those hikes. That may not stop the wave of demonstrations, though, raging across Brazil. They've grown to include protesters angry over government corruption, lack of spending on transport and other services for the poor. Many are also protesting against the billions of dollars being spent on projects for the 2016 Olympics and next year's World Cup. Benedito Barbosa is a social activist.
We imagined that the World Cup would leave a legacy, improving the quality of life of Brazilians, mainly the poorest communities. But it has been a World Cup defined by exclusion, not inclusion.
Political scientist Lucio Almeida says the protests have caught the government off guard.
With all that is being spent on stadiums for the World Cup, it's very difficult to convince people that there is no resources for things like reducing bus fares substantially, or even making transportation free.
Rousseff has been promoting the World Cup for years as a way to show off the country's arrival on the world stage. The protests present the government then with a dilemma. Instead of showing off the country's dynamism, the World Cup could become a platform for others to focus attention on Brazil's economic inequalities. Raney, Al Jazeera, Sao Paulo.